Behind the lines, 3, 2, 1, go!
Now coming against the autonomous period here, we see all 6 robots coming to life. 2876 bringing a piece of coral up onto the reef zone. We see a piece of algae come flying off. 1119 bringing a piece of coral over to the reef zone as well. Back over on the blue line. 1740 bringing over a piece of coral to the reef zone. Now coming into the teleoperated period. Coming into the teleoperated period, 10-2-52, almost getting taken out by a cage, but coming to say hello to their besties over on the Red Alliance. Back on the Blue Alliance. Team 2067, Apple Pie, bringing over the coral to the reef zone. 28-76, just trying to see if they can grab some coral. Meanwhile, 10-2-52 is making that a little bit difficult for both Red Alliance teams of 28-76 and 11-19. 151 heading over to the coral processor to try and see if they can grab some coral. Meanwhile, back over the Blue Alliance team, 1740, grabbing a piece of coral, placing it up over onto the high level of the reef zone. .28-76, trying to see if they can grab a piece of coral from the processor, but 10-2-52 is making that a little bit difficult. 11-19, having a piece of coral in their possession as well. Back over to the Blue Lines, we see team 2067 hanging out right by the reef zone with 1740, who has a piece of coral in their possession, trying to place it up, and it looks like it just slips right out. 2067 removing some algae, though, from the reef zone. 10-2-52 coming swinging back in to the Blue Alliance side. 2067 tagging out, coming into the Red Alliance. They want to turn with their best friends. 11-19, getting a piece of coral, trying to see where they're going to place it over on the reef zone. 28-76 heading over to the coral processor, trying to see if they can grab some coral and bring it over. 151 and 11-19, both having coral in their possession, trying to see if they can place it into the reef zone. Meanwhile, over on the Blue Alliance, we see 10-2-52 having a piece of coral in their possession. Also seeing 1740 with a piece of coral in their possession. That sound does mean there are 20 seconds left of official gameplay. 2067 and 10-2-52 both having to go under the barge to see if they can climb the cage. 2067 climbing onto the cage. Can 10-2-52 match them? 119 heading to the barge. 28-76 heading to the barge. As time expires, we'll have an official score for you here in just a moment. With the score of 118-115, a very close game. So Alliance 5 will be proceeding to round 3, match 10. But please give a big round of applause here for Team